So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this real quick, and today we're talking about adding some MIDI into this.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be. I sit in a corner of this room, heart filled with shame. What did I do? My body's so cold, now I'm letting go. This time everyone will know. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be. The flowers that
All right, cool. So we got this part in here. Let me go back over and then just pull that away like that. Okay. So we're not going to go to the end over here and do all that. We're just going to put some MIDI stuff in here. First of all, I do want to say that there's a couple bits in here with his voice where I'm like, you can hear this kind of smacking of his voice. Here, if we listen to this.
I sit in a corner of this room, heart filled with shame. What did I do?
Where is it? Down here, yeah. So you can hear that. You hear that? You can... So, probably. He's pretty good with the breaths.
What did I do?
Yeah, like this here. I would probably pull this stuff down so it's not gone, but I don't want to hear the smacking. Let's, where's the clip gain info? So I just pull this down. Boop. Maybe minus 10 or so.
My body's so cold. What did I do?
Ah, you can hear that still. Hold on, this is...
What did I do? My body's...
Yeah, okay, so yeah, maybe pull it down a little bit more. Let's pull it over like this. Pull it down more to like minus like this.
Do.
Okay, and you can still hear it. So I don't know, I'd probably mess around with that a little bit more. I don't think taking it out is the answer. I can just mute it here for a second and see what happens, but taking it out might be a little bit too much of a change in the guitar part. We're not going to focus on that. I just want to point that out that I'm hearing that.
What did I do? My body's so cold, now I'm playing.
Joel says add a gate. Well, you could add a gate, but it's not a live, like it's not on a stage, right? We have control over it. So what I would do is I would just go ahead and maybe mute it like that, Command M to mute, and then just pull this down. Like I don't really like to add gates unless I have to add a gate. Like for live stuff, I try to avoid adding gates.
My body's so cold, now I'm letting go. This time everyone will know.
Yeah, we can just do it like that. I really want to leave this alone as much as possible so we're not like fading in and out with that guitar, but it actually doesn't sound that bad. So remember, Joel, don't forget, like you could add a gate, sure, but I don't forget, remember what we've got in Pro Tools. Here, let's just cut this over like this. Remember, we've got Command U, which is our strip silence. And the strip silence, put this up like that. And use strip silence to get rid of a lot of this stuff here. There we go. Hit strip, boom, and it took that out. Now we just need to go through and make sure that like that stuff there is not weird, and we'll just fade it up, fade it out over here. Get out of here. And you just got to go through and make sure that you're not missing the ends and begins, ending and beginnings of things. So just go in here and pull that like that. Hit the arrow key to get over to the end like that. Yeah, so you can see there's like a lot of guitar over here. So I think that this you might actually hear this a little bit too much because there's like a lot of guitar kind of bleed going on over here. But let's just see. Let's just hear what that sounds like there in the beginning.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
I'm gonna leave it in here because it's so loud.
I live my life, I make my own plans.
Cool. So, I wouldn't add a gate. I would actually do it by hand just so I have total control over it and everything like that. But that's me. If you wanted to use a gate, I guess you could. But I think because we are editing this in Pro Tools, we might as well just go through and do it by hand here. And you can see I just went ahead and deleted these. These over here I did mute. Instead of delete, Command M to mute, but I could go through and just delete them if you wanted to, whatever you want to do. All right, so let's go. Sorry for the distraction here. I just needed to get rid of the smacking sound. It's going to drive me nuts. All right, so we are going to go in here, over here. Let's add in a key, sound. So I'm going to put all my MIDI stuff. Let's put the MIDI stuff up here next to my guitars. Drums, bass, guitars, yeah. We'll put the MIDI stuff right here. I'm going to make an instrument track. And I'm going to call this an EP. Now I'm going to use this electric piano to kind of get the vibe of the song, to find what my key is, because I do not know the key of the song. So we're going to do this. Let's put the synths here as well. Yeah, sure, there we go. So go in here, let's get the electric piano. So the way I do this is I just go over here, click on the first insert, go up here to instrument, and I have a whole bunch of stuff to choose from. What we are going to use right now is Lounge Lizard, because it's a good electric piano that doesn't take up a lot of my CPU. So here it is. There we go. And let's grab, not you. Come on, Pro Tools. Let's give this. Let's give it a name, actually. File, save as. Blue Lit Moon. Dad is glad. MIDI. Cool. Yep. So in here we'll use classic pianograms, electronic and word, time-based, reed-based. Time-based. And I do not want my tremolo. Where's the tremolo? There you are. Tremolo off. There we go. So I'm just using like a basic sound. Let's just find out. Let's just figure out what the key is.
My body's so
Probably in the key of D.
My body's so cold, now I'm letting go. This time everyone will know. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be. The flowers, the dirt, the crying face. Candles are lit, gone without a trace. Bury my memories and crushed my pain. I'll spit on your grave where you lay. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be.
Cool.
Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be.
Cool. Okay. So we got an idea of where we're going with this. It's basically in the key of D minor, I guess. So we got that in there. Now we've got that, and I usually use the most kind of like basic sound possible for that kind of stuff, just so I know what's going on. I usually use an electric piano rather than like a grand piano, just because electric pianos are a little bit lighter on stuff. Grand pianos have a lot of either samples or they're harder on the CPU or something usually. But so like a nice electric piano is usually a good way to go. I also just really like the sound of electric pianos, like a Wurlitzer or something like that. So that's why I tend to use those. So we got this here. We got the basic key of things. What I'm going to do is, let's rename this. I don't need this anymore because I've already got my idea in here of like what the key is. So let's go in here and let's use some kind of cool sounds. Now, we're going to keep on with the idea of, we're not going to focus on the Pro Tools ones. We're going to actually use ones that I would use in real life. So ones that I've been really into recently, I really like my Analog Lab sounds from Arturia. Those are really cool. And I also really like the Pigments from Arturia. That's also one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and go to Pigments here and use Pigments as a starting point for some stuff and just see what we've got going on in here. So I will say Pigments is really cool. Massive X is also really cool. They're very similar, Pigments and Massive X. I have to use Pigments right now because Massive X does not work on an M1 chip Mac. And let's go in here and find, let's see what we got. Let's go into keys and just hear what we've got in here. It's a nice sound, it's just too much action though. This one might be cool for the chorus, something like this, just to add some stuff in the background. We play it down an octave. Add some stuff in there. Let's go ahead and record this into our chorus just to hear what's going on. Now, I have my tempo set up. The tempo is really, really important. We'll see. I may or may not actually quantize stuff in because I'm a decent player. I'm not a great player by any means, but let's just see what happens here. I'm just going to go ahead and record this. No tracks record enabled. Haha, just kidding. Okay, let's do that like that. Boom.
Own plans. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be. I sit.
Cool. So we have that there. Let's listen to it, and we can adjust the volume.
Own plans. Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be.
Okay, cool. So, here, let's get rid of all this stuff at the end. Why are you so zoomed in? There we go. Just want to get rid of all y'all. Come on. So we got that there. Let's pull this down. Does that adjust anything? Okay, that's not doing anything there. We'll put that back up. I just adjusted the volume. I don't need to necessarily hear this when I'm clicking on things. And we can just go in here and look and say, okay, I mean, it sounded pretty good, so I don't even really need to look at this stuff. You can see I'm playing pretty off, but it sounds good with everything. What is up, Kahari? How you doing? It sounds pretty good with everything, so I'm going to leave it in there. Now, you'll notice that it's actually up pretty high in the volume, but we're not really noticing it. And I think that's really important, is that when you're adding this stuff in, it should not detract. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, like, especially with a song like this. This song is really held by the guitar and the bass. It's like it's like an acoustic song. So anything we add into it should really sound like it fits naturally in with it. It shouldn't be sticking out. It's not a synth song. So we're going to do this. Now what we are going to do is we're going to do some automation in here because this sounds good in here at this level, 5 minus 6 basically.
Back and forth in life it seems.
Okay, but later on it's like too much. We're also going to adjust the sustain of that real quick in a second. But let's go over here to multi-mono, and this is how I do my automation for volume automation. I'm actually not going to do it on the track here. I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to go ahead and automate this function here by holding down Control, Option, and Command. Click Automation for this one here. I'm going to put it at plus 12 because that's what the normal tracks in Pro Tools are at, so it's basically exactly the same. I'm going to go in here, go to SysX. Why is there SysX data in there? I'm going to go to Trim Gain, and over here, we're going to pull this bad boy down. Like that. Boom. Boom. Put a little fade on the end. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now we got that. We may or may not. Let's see what that is. That's too far, obviously. Way too far. Cool. That sounds pretty good there. And then go back over here and let's go to our envelopes down here in the bottom. And oh, can we hold on? Let's go up here. Wait, pigments. Resize the window to 80%. Yeah, okay, there we go. The decay and the release. That's too much. This is our envelope VCA. So we're going to just take this, and we're going to take this here, and we're going to pull these down here like this. Let's listen to it as we play. I'm going to solo it out so we can hear it. And this is stuff we're actually going to learn about later on. There we go. Cool. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, here we go. Cool.
Back and forth in life it seems. This is how it used to be. Always stay behind the scenes. This is how I choose to be.
Cool. Let's make this last one a little bit longer. Go to notes. We can do it right here in our edit window if we want to. Pull that over. Let's listen. Oh, you know what? It doesn't actually have a sustain on it, so it's not going to matter how long or short it is. That's fine with me. Okay. So we got that there. Because I don't really want to hear it in there too much. And I think what we'll do is go back over here and just keep the volume up a little bit more. Make that adjustment there. Yeah, cool. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, okay, cool. So we can hear there's something in there, but it's not like obvious what it is. And this is the thing, is that you got to remember when you're making any kind of this stuff, it's all about the song, right? It's all about the music. So it's like, don't just like throw stuff in because you're like, I want that to happen. I mean, of course you're going to do it because you want it to happen, but if it doesn't fit the song, if it doesn't really match what the song needs, then be prepared to get rid of it. Like, that's okay if you have to get rid of stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. I'm just going to copy and paste that over for now. We'll deal with that later and see what it needs to do. Now, let's make another here. This is going to be called Dirty Pluck. Okay, it's like a pluck sound. All right, so we got that there. Let's make another instrument. And let's make like a lead type of sound. And for this one, we will go in, we're going to use another Arturia plugin. We're going to use the, let's use the Analog Lab 5. And going to use this just because it's like a good place to start for just like all sorts of sounds. What Analog Lab 5 does for us is it basically pulls a library from all their stuff. So I can just go over here and I can go, I want a synth lead sound and soft lead. Yeah, let's go to soft lead, soft lead here like this. And this will pull in sounds from all the different all the different Arturia stuff. So pull it up here. And I don't have to really worry about which plugin it's using. I don't have to think about it because it's just pulling stuff in. So I can go over here and I can say, grab this one. And if you want, you can see what it's using over here. And I can, because I own the Arturia stuff, I can go in here and I can edit this. Wait, back. I can edit this. How do I edit it? I don't remember. Edit the preset. Yeah. Why are you? Oh, part 1. Here we go. No. I haven't actually. This is the first time I've opened. You can see how much I use this. This is the first time I've actually opened this one. There is a way to edit the actual synth if you wanted to. Oh, open module. Here we go. So open this up, boom, and so we can see this is what the synth actually looks like. Honestly, I don't care what it looks like because I'm just listening to presets and checking it out. And I'm actually using the Arturia Mini Lab here keyboard that's black on black. The reason why I'm using this is because it's a great little, this is like my favorite little controller It's got the pads I don't really use that much, but the knobs feel really good. The keys feel really good for the size of it. It feels really, really good. And it just happens to work perfectly with this mini loud stuff from Arturia. So it's actually really cool to use with this. When I'm downstairs, actually in I'm making a little writing station that's downstairs, not up here where I broadcast from. Downstairs, I've got an 88 key weighted keyboard from Roland that I just bought, which I am absolutely in love with. So I'm using things differently down there. But that whole station is a little bit different from what I've got going up here. I'm still everything's like a work in progress right now. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna pull this in here and let's just listen. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go in here. Let's call this one soft lead, and go in here and we're gonna hit the record button here. And I'm just gonna record stuff and see what happens. I'm gonna call this one soft lead .01. Now the reason why I'm naming it .01 is because if I want to make a new take and try new stuff out, I can just create a new take really easily using a keyboard shortcut, and it'll be really easy to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the record button. So I'm actually recording stuff in here.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
Okay, cool. So let's listen to this real quick. There's some stuff in there that I was messing around with, just kind of trying things. I have a sound in my head. I'm gonna see if I can actually do it. What the sound I actually have in my head is more of a pedal steel kind of slide guitar thing that kind of echoes off into the distance. But let's see what this stuff sounds like, because I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this up in volume over time. So also people are like moving around doing things in the other room. The dog is like, yo. Too much activity going on in the house. All right, so we're gonna pull this up. We're gonna do this. Can hear that dog barking.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Keep that going. Keep that note going.
But that's okay, you really don't know me.
Keep this one going here to kind of give it some offset here and come back down.
I drove through life with no.
I'm gonna let it hold it right here because I like that held note there, and then I'm gonna pull it back up to this one.
I live my life, I make my own plans.
And I'm just gonna let it hold there to give it some tension. And I'm gonna do that. So let's go back over here to edit these notes. Dog, stop barking. You're not protecting anybody. You know that, right? Do you know that? I don't think she knows that. I think she thinks she's like saving us from certain doom. She's like, everybody, there's people on the other side of this door. Like, yo, I know it. Well, let's do this here. Boom. Let's pull this in like this. Okay. Now let's listen. Aw, puppers. She's so cute. And you can see I'm just going in here. I'm using this window in here. I do have it kind of in a grid mode. I'm using actually more of a slip mode though. Let me pull the volume up on this, the velocity rather, not the volume, but the velocity. Oh, come on, computer. Here we go. Pull that up. Cool. Let's take a look at these. Make sure they're pretty good. This one needs to be a little bit louder. All right, cool. So let's listen to this. that there, put you here. And I'm going to also, I think, go into the sound itself. And this is where understanding synthesizers gets really cool, is that I can go in here. Well, this one's going to be tricky because I don't know how this one actually works. I mean, I do know, but I don't know how I can do the sweep that I want. Voice to tune, portamento on, key follows slope. What I want to do is I want to have it bend up to it, but I don't know how to make that happen in here. It's a modular synth, and I'm like, Okay, well, we'll do this. Pull it way down. Okay, so we got this here.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me.
I'm gonna put some reverb on this to give it more space.
I drove through life with no given chance.
Cool, that sounds fine there.
I live my life, I make my own plans. Back and forth in life, it seems.
Put this over
is
here.
how it used to be.
Move this over. We're gonna pull this one here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Move this so it's actually matches up with stuff. I'm just copying and pasting right now, just for brevity, so we can easily see these things, like you know, just real quick get an idea for things. Cool, there we go. Put you there. Zoom in, move it over a little bit, like that. There we go. Cool. Slide over here. Okay, cool. So we got that there. Now that works. Okay, it's not done, but it's close enough for now. And then let's see if I can find a sound that's the sound in my head. Like I said, it's like a steel guitar. We'll call this Space Bend. Space Bend. And I don't know if I'm gonna find it or not. Also, I don't have a pitch bend wheel on here. I've got like a pitch bend strip. Not my favorite. So I'm gonna go in here. Let's use, because I know what sound I've got in my head. So I'm gonna actually use Reactor, and then Analog 5 is great. Lab 5 is great. It's really good. It's like $100, maybe a little bit more. It's not that expensive. So I'm gonna use Reactor here. And we're going to use Monarch from inside of Reactor. Monarch, there you are. Monarch. Oh, we're already using, okay, there's Monarch. We're already using Monarch. Okay, so, boom, we're going to go in here to our things. We're going to go to leads, sounds. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, let me turn the volume down before I start hitting notes. Go to classic. I know how to... Alright, that sounds okay. Let's change this. Let's go to this. Change the time here. Cool. And then here's where we go. Okay, pitch bend, range. Okay, cool. So we got that in there. I'm gonna edit these down. Editing these means that you have to kind of know. All right, we're gonna take off the contour, so it's smooth. Because what was happening with the contour was every time it would hit, see, it's like punching that filter up again. So I don't want that. Okay, cool. So we got that there, and let's run a reverb on that. Now I'm going to set up a reverb for all my synthesizers here, and a delay. So we're going to set up 2 auxes and stereo. Both of these, we're going to call this one send reverb, and this one is going to be send delay. Boop. We got those, and the send reverb here, we're going to put a reverb on it. Let's put a nice big juicy reverb. Ooh, let's use black hole. This one's great. And factory presets. Biggest reverb ever. Let's use Dreamscape. Mix. Set to 100. There's not a way to lock that in, I don't think. That should be pretty good. And then let's use the delay down here. And for delays, let's use a... well, since we were talking about, let's use an H delay. No, let's use timeless. I like timeless. We're gonna use timeless. Let's use long chorus tape, dark endless evolved. Let's see what that sounds like. Now, these ones here, this space bend here, we're gonna send it over to both of those. Track. Send reverb and send delay. And what that's going to do is it's going to create buses for them. Boom. Put you there like that. We want lots of this on here. And then same thing with this one here. Send reverb and then send delay. Like that. Boom. Which one's playing? Why is that dirty pluck playing? That's not what I want to play. I want to play this one. Turn this feedback up. Yeah. What is up, Jante? How you doing? Why are you so late? That sounds pretty cool. Make sure everything is wet over here. Yeah, cool. Jante. There you are. Boom. Okay. And it's very smooth. Now the other thing we're going to do though is we're going to take this reverb, the delay, and send it to the reverb as well. Boom, like that. Cool. Okay, so we got that sound. Let's go back over here to this. Let's just record some stuff in, shall we?
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
That was absolute garbage. And I don't mean good garbage like the band. I mean garbagey garbage. The pitch bend is not what I want it to be, and I don't think I can set it for higher. It's not giving me the range that I want here. Let's set that. Let's set that like that. Pitch bend curve, legato, priority last, glide, free run. I don't know what that means, but let's do that. Puppers, envelope retrigger on off, never, envelope, ooh. Let's set that to never. Yeah, never, there we go, cool. And these are all things, it's like, oh wait, there's a lot of options in here, and yeah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot going on that you have to kind of know about. This is why sound design and stuff is super, super important. Let's see. It's like doesn't quite. It's like it goes. It's like a sixth. Let me turn that glide down even more so it's slower. And we'll just glide around and stuff. It's not the pitch bend's not what I want it to be, but whatever here. Longer.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me.
Here, I got an idea.
I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
What we'll do is we'll just go through and record some stuff and sample it. How about that? Make it into audio. Shall we do that? So let's do this. Let's do it one more time. And I'm gonna do it actually. I'm gonna do something weird here. Let's do it without the other music happening. I'm solo safe. Let's do it without the other music. Let's just play some stuff and see. I'm not sure if I could be able to get this to sound how I want, but let's just do. Sounds pretty cool. Let that die off a little bit. Go over here. Pull it way down. Nice. That sounds really cool. Go back up. Let that kind of die off a little bit. And I can space these out a little bit more later, actually. Cool. That sounds pretty good. And we'll just kind of drift around with these a little bit. Kind of make some drifting noises. Let's do that down the octave. Some of these here. Maybe a little bit like this note. Just creating some kind of samples. Let's do that down an octave as well. Put that over. Let that reset. Do this. Pull this over like this. And maybe do a couple of quick little things. Some stuff like that. Let's just see what we got in here. Let's go ahead and take this and turn this into audio. So what I'm going to do to do that, we've talked about this before. Turn off the record here. And this one here. Right click on it. and go to commit. And in here, we'll just leave all this stuff here like this. But what you want is you want it to be selected tracks, consolidate the clips. That's fine. Volume and mute, we don't want to record the volume and mute. Pan, we don't even have any of that information in here. Copy the sends, groups, assignments, all that stuff, because it's going to copy over our sends and our stuff like that, our outputs and things like that. What do we want to do with the original track is we want to hide it and make it inactive. We can always pull it back up later, hit OK, boom. It's going to take a second to do this. Pops. And once we do this, we should have some cool little samples we can mess around with. Let's just see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these and throw these into Contact. Let's make another instrument. And we'll call this one Space Bend Samples. And we're going to go in here, go to Contact, that one there, boom. And well, you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff on the end over here. Get rid of all that. I don't know why there's so. How much is there? Oh, well, plenty. There's 28 bars. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is, if I was in Ableton Live, this is where Ableton Live diverges from Pro Tools a bit, is that in Ableton Live I can drag it straight in. In Pro Tools I actually have to go looking for it. So let's go over here. Let's pull up. Come on, Pro Tools. And you'll see how I work with this stuff later. Come on. Get out of here. Let's go. Oh, it wasn't a Pro Tools thing. It was a. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Files in here, and we're going to go up and we're going to go to 9. We're going to go into Dodge, where we recorded this stuff. Under User, I have to go looking for it in here. User. Wait, where are we? Dodge is my main drive. Home. Oh, use it. This one. Here, Tony Grund. And in here, I need to go to. There might be an easier way to do this. I never use it like this. That's why I'm a bit slow with this. Go to Songs, Documents. Because I always do this in Ableton Live, and Ableton Live, you just drag it in. So it makes this part much easier. And whenever I think about doing it like this, I'm like, oh, I'm going to use Ableton Live. Sound, Pro Tools. Oh, wait, no, the Pro Tools stuff was in here. Oh, it is in here. Yeah, here it is. What's the name of this file? This is Tony G. Okay. So you actually have to know where this stuff is in your hard drive if you're doing it like this, which... not my favorite thing to have to keep track of. Audio files. Here we go. Boom. Space Bend. There we go. There it is. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to... No. Do not play. Oh. No. Ouch. Ouch. Stop. Nobody wants to hear you. Sorry, y'all. Also... Stop it. I can't... There, just do that. I can't get down to the bottom of my thing here. Sorry. I can't get down to the bottom. Interface. Reset size. There we go. Oof. Turn off the auto. Turn off autoplay. Thank you. Goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all. That was annoying as all heck. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to throw that in there yet. We can do it like that, but actually what I would do if I was editing this for real is I would go through and I would cut these up into little baby pieces and get rid of all the stuff in here. So I have the bits to work with. And actually, you could use auto. You could use the strip silence here. Looks good. Yeah, here, let's turn this up a little bit more. So we have make sure we got the beginning and the end. Hit strip. There we go. Same thing with this stuff here. Strip. This one here. That one's okay, but this one needs to. You need to be stripped. Cool. So now I got all these, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll clean these up like this. Go to, what are we doing? Go over here to my clips view, and in here we would go to, oh, also ignores parent clip. Wait, not that. Show auto created. There we go. So now in here we would go to compact, I think, or crop. Actually, let's right click. Is there a crop? I'm so used. Oh, here we go. We go to here, Command Shift K, export selected, and this is option is sorry, I'm a little bit rusty here with Pro Tools. I do all this stuff in Ableton Live. It's a little bit, the workflow is a bit different. Command Shift K is down here. Export clips as files. I just did this the other day actually. So Command Shift K, and in here we're gonna set this to WAV file. We're gonna set it to interleaved. Let's tell it where to go. Bounced files. Let's go into. Let's put it in the audio files folder. But let's make a new folder and call this one space. What do we call it? Space bend samples. There we go. Hit open. Export it. Yeah. Boop. So now it's going to export all those, and now here in contact, we go in here, and here they all are. Now, once we're in contact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new instrument. I'm just going to drag one in here, and mapping editor. Let's go ahead and adjust this actually. Yeah. And we're going to put these all in one note at a time. So I'm just going to go down here to all these and drag them in like this. And now they're all on individual notes. As you can see, it's a little bit of a process, but hopefully it ends up being pretty dope. Let's see if I just wasted a whole bunch of time or if it actually ends up being pretty dope. Go down here to Space Bend Samples, turn the volume down. Where are we? Go. Cool. Let's make sure we're sending them to the same place so they sound cool. There we go. I'll turn this back up a little bit. Okay. And now what I can do is I can go in here to each one of these and make sure. See, I can go and edit these. I don't need to edit much, I just need to edit the start point. I have to wait for Pro Tools to do its thing every now and then. And now I have these little bits and bobs. And the cool thing is, once I get these in here, I can actually edit these like how I want. Let's auto select. No, not that. Close. Which button is it? I forget. I always forget which one it is. Not you. Edit. Select zone via MIDI. There we go. Yeah. And now you can see that working with these a little bit easier. Once I get them in here, it's a little bit different. You can even like do this, you know, and I can just grab the parts. And I have all these little spacey echoes to work with. And grab whatever. And you couldn't that so we can just see what's going on, because me and Contact have a love-hate relationship. I don't think anybody's gonna notice that. And in here, cool. All right. So now if we play these, let's mute this one because we don't need that anymore. And we'll go ahead and play the track, and we'll play this in here. Save this. Don't crash. And
some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
cool. So some of these are better than others. I mean, I'm gonna stop here because I'm actually just, if I was doing this for real, I would kind of get in here a little bit more and mess with these. I'm getting hot because the AC is off. Let's just go through and listen to this. This, I think, so a few of these can definitely be deleted, like you can go away. And if you want to keep it, but you just don't want to hear it, hit Command M, and that'll let you do that. Here. Put this here like this. Turn off the grid. There we go. And then I would go through and put these right into place. I would like focus in on the samples.
Some people say
cool, like this one here. Then boom. Put this
in. Some people say I wear.
Maybe move that to right there. Oops. There we go. Yeah, like that. Pull you over like this.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Make this one shorter.
Heart on my sleeve. But that's okay, you really don't know me.
Get rid of this one here. Make this one shorter, and you can see how much different this changes the dynamic of what we're actually working
Don't know
here.
me. I drove through life with no given chance.
And this one here, right this one over. Come on, you're gonna stay on that C. Boom, right here maybe? See what that does.
I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own
here, move this one over. And then this kind of stuff here. Let's listen.
No given chance. I live my life.
Here.
I live my life. I make my own plans.
Cool. And then this one here pulls up because it's like this is the one that goes up, right? I think, yeah. Cool. Let's listen.
Own plans.
Yeah, great. That one sounds pretty good like that. Move it in. And we've got some nice little things to sit in here like this, and you can hear these little things. And I would definitely, you know, adjust some of these levels of things, maybe pull this one up a bit more. And if you want to make it really wet, what you do is you set this for pre, and it's just going to send that signal all the way over there, and it's going to be pretty, let's hear that real quick, it's going to be very delayed. Oh, wait, that's too far. Wait, hold on a second. Let's do this. Here we go.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Okay.
But that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance. I live my life, I make my own plans.
Okay, so, right. Anyway, we're gonna stop there because I just realized that I think things are happening in this house that need to be. I need to actually go deal with some stuff. Sorry, I'm a little bit like there's other things happening here, but I think that gives you an idea of like setting things up. This didn't end up being as cool as I had hoped it would be. It's definitely not what's in my head. What's in my head, I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it with synthesizers, because really what I want is a slide guitar player, a steel guitar, pedal steel. Right. But I hope this gives you an idea of like setting things up and the amount of work that it takes sometimes to make it really sound very cool. We've got these lead sounds in here, which I would do some automation on to make it louder and softer and stuff. And again, we just take this trim and pull this down here like this. And in here, go down to our trim gain. I don't want to use the gain. I just held down Option and dragged it down. And what we would do in here is go into these and mess around with this gain. What I might do is I might pull the volume up a little bit here and then pull the gain down so I can balance it a little bit. Let's go ahead and do a touch on this here. And I can pull this up here. Why is it not working? Hold on a second. Oh, it's probably something I've got set up over here. Automation. Oh yeah, I don't have anything right enabled. That's super annoying. That's not how it should be. That's like a weird setting. There we go. I'll do this. Up, except Pro Tools is like freezing.
Some people say I wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's okay, you really don't know me. I drove through life with no given chance.
Write this like this.
I live my life, I make my own plans.
Cool, fade it up. And you can see how much like nice kind of like variety that adds into things. I'm going to keep this low like this in the beginning, delete these, pull this one down. There we go. Cool. So there you go. Let's let me just stop and take a break here. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.